I've trained so many companies all over the world. I speak with so many different owners and heads of agencies and large companies, and I find that there's a very common problem across all of them, and that is getting so stuck in the day-to-day and the nitty-gritty that it's been difficult to identify and look towards the future and try to adapt for it. What we're seeing now is people's behaviors are changing as well. These kinds of behaviors are shifting how we're comfortable interacting with technology, and that's going to shift where advertising is going to go. What we're trying to do hasn't changed. We're still trying to appeal to our audience in the best way that we can. Now we just have new mediums. So we have to try to adapt to these new mediums in order to get our message across.
What we're seeing is that people are shifting towards this instant gratification of having information right away. And where it's moving now is that technology is meeting people in a more natural way that makes sense to them. So more conversational, meeting people where they're having these natural conversations like Skype, or if you're searching on Bing, that you're able to just have a conversation quickly with a business right from within the search engine without having to go somewhere separate or put that down and start up an app. So for example, we've gone from websites, which has led to the birth of touch devices, which has led to apps and app stores. And we're in this new paradigm where we're looking at how we evolve from there to more natural language with bots and conversational canvases. And with each of these shifts, it's not as if the one died and the other was born. It's more just additive.
So marketing is really moving beyond just how do we sell to someone and really trying to understand what their motivations are, who they are as a person. As a result, marketing, even though it's filled with a lot of data, is really coming full circle back to being a more personable type of discipline.
If you're like me, a traditional marketer, you took marketing in school, you know about the 4 Ps, product, place, price, and positioning. Well, that's great if you're product-centric, but right now we're evolving into the digital age. And with digital, we're seeing that there's new 3 Ps that are sort of coming into marketing. And that's that search is pervasive. It's across every single device, and it's where you are, no matter whether you're on a desktop or on a mobile device. Search is trending to be more mobile. People are engaging with search in completely different ways than we thought about.
For these really savvy marketers, what they're thinking about is, where are my customers going? And how can I best reach them there in a more natural way and using more natural language? So it's no longer this expectation of my customers are going to seek me out when they need information. Instead, it's their understanding of where their customers are and how are they ready in that context to be available to help the people get things done.
We're also seeing that marketing is becoming more personalized. No matter where you are and where you're going, you have access to my information. I'm willing to provide that access so that you can provide me with a better experience that understands more about me as a person and provide me with something of value in the end.
Think about search right now. That result for me, that result for everyone else, similar. That's going to ultimately change when there is more personal information based on the search engine that I use.
It's also becoming more predictive. And predictive in the sense of I'm giving you access to that data, so you can tell me, hey, instead of leaving 30 minutes early, it's going to take you 45 minutes based on where you're at and the information that you've shared with me. So as a brand owner, you really need to be thinking about, are you coordinating across all your different marketing channels?
So the things that are happening with AI, with Siri, with Alexa, with Watson, with Cortana, that's a fundamental shift in how we're interacting with technology. It's more like the Star Trek computer. Kirk asked a question and got an answer, and it was one answer. It wasn't a list of choices Kirk could choose from. It was he had a question and there was an answer. And I think we are rapidly coming to that point. And the challenge for marketers is going to be, how do you become that answer?
So when we think about how AI is going to be powering search results, we really have to think about human nature, right? We want choice, we want to be in control. So while we're talking about a very sort of mechanistic future where robots are making decisions for us, there's going to at least have to be an illusion of control. Where things are going to be very interesting is more in the unpredictable types of behaviors. I might know that someone is going to do something eventually. I don't know when they're going to do it, but making predictions about that will be a very interesting challenge for us as marketers.